How best to move around the map and understand your opponents. So right, I don't know what demo it is, what map it is. So it's a big question. So I have to figure out how I'm gonna answer this, right? So this is Mirage because it's not a specific question about the demo right here. So I think let's talk about the T side Mirage thing then. So let's see here what the question is. Um, right now I'm just watching a demo, but I can't really answer the question he wants to hear. So I might need to go on the server and explain Flyer how you do that the best way, because it doesn't make sense to watch this demo to kind of figure out what he wants. Because right now it looks like they're executing without no info at all. Let's just try to figure out how they're playing and how they're moving as a team. Yeah, I'm just going fast through this. Okay, we want to see they're not even playing mid as T. So how are you gonna understand how your teammates, how your enemies move if you're not playing? Again, they execute. Okay, so definitely we're gonna talk about taking mid and Mirage. Right now, no info again. He's out mid now. They still go A. Mid is clear. They run into a stack. They win it 1-1 duel. Okay. Let's see how many times they actually do execute and B execute. That's a B execute again. No mid control. Mid control is very late. They can push A. You have no A control at all. You can't turn around. Let's see what info they get. We can take into consideration of this round because that's where you can understand where teammates move. So you take a mid control. You see one guy window. You hear a smoke ramp. Blah blah. Yes. You don't hear anything else, right? Okay, so now you have info one window, you killed, you say you hear one guy short. We're gonna probably talk about taking map controllers T on this map because they're just executing and they want me to answer how do we know how to move around the map, right? It's impossible to say that in this demo. So let's jump into the game and I will try to show you guys. What you wanna do is always put some mid presence, right? All the nades, you can clip it or whatever you want. A smoke top mid is always good. This is the default one we're gonna use. For that, you can do a lot of stuff, right? You can come here, first bomb, you're gonna take mid control. Let's say 3 guys, so have 1 A lurk, 1 B lurk. The best bomb of the mid guys can do that Molotov. The second guy can flash for the guy like that. And then the guy can either decide to flash like this, so it goes down a connector, blinds the connector guy, or he can flash and jump out with a flash in the back. So now you get to island. We call this island, okay? When you get to island, you have different options. Here, you're gonna gain information which you can use for your teammates. So, and the way you can use that is like, okay, let's say you know this. So the CTs often do one-way connector, right? Just a random. They play around this area. So when you get up behind mid, you're gonna gain information. Say, okay, one connector probably. Let's say you're gonna say one connector. Let's wait a little. When this smoke is fading, you have one guy behind here, smoking window. Until the smoke con is faded, right? So now you smoke away the AWP. You're just gonna chill. Because what you wanna go out here and get is the information you need from your teammates. Like I said, we had an A lurker and we had a B lurker. The B lurker is gonna make sure no push underground or no push BFs. What he can do is slowly gonna get clear underground. Okay, it's clear. Now you can take mid control safely. I have to push B. So he can also count if the enemies are smoking B. So this is a key thing again. Do they smoke BFs? Do they not smoke BFs? Because if they smoke BFs, again, you're counting one guy B, and you know about one guy connector, and one guy smoked A ramp. So you know about 3 guys now. Where they were 5-10 seconds ago when they smoked. That's a key piece of information. What information you get is what you want to do in default. So like I said, we come back here, we smoke window, the smoke one-way connector is fading. You're waiting. Do they re-smoke one-way connector? Then you know about the second smoke. That means there was probably 2 guys around the connector and jungle area. So you can smoke top con from here. You just come in the corner here, aim at this dot. You can smoke top connector. Then you tell your teammate to flash connector. He's flashing connector. What you can do again is re-molotov connector then. And now you suddenly take this area. So you can't be inside connector, but you smoke top here, you smoke window, and you have now able to take window and short control. And now comes the things, right? Then you can get the BFs guy say, okay, we sold him 30 seconds. You're about to take mid. He comes down underground. He can know some different nades. What you can do is basically, you want to find a molo here. What I do, I put my finger in this dot here. And I just stand still. It lands in the whole ladder room. so he has to move to the right. The reason why you want to find a lineup with the finger is because obviously there's a smoke window. You want to be able to Molotov when there's a smoke, right? If you shoot the vents, the Molotov is even better. And then your teammates are on short here. You're gonna take a flash like that. Oh, you're gonna walk, sorry. You're gonna flash walk it with a step. It goes right in the face. So when the CTs can only play here, full blind, no chance to dodge. Now you have so much control that you have con on the window. You can even boost window if you want to. You have an AWP here. When the smoke fades top con, you can play here. So the key thing about playing default, especially on Mirage, is the information you get. Are they gonna keep blocking connector or they're gonna keep smoking A here? You know, okay, we have a gap on A or B. You know, you have a 1-1 duel on B or A. So if you see one AWP window spamming or shooting through the window, you hear one connector shooting through the smoke. Your teammate on A know, okay, I have a 1-1 duel. If he wins this duel, he wins the round by itself. So you need an A alert guy who's good at searching, like we have Robs on Mirage, and is really good to searching out A. Because the second he gets that kill, that forces rotation from connector and window. Again, you cannot read the opponent, you cannot read the game by calling blind. What I mean is, like in the demo, so you guys were doing a lot A execute, B executes, and then you ask the question, how do we play and gain information? Well, you don't do that by execute. When you see pro teams execute A and B, you basically go off a gut feeling. You're like, okay, I think they're gonna stack mid. Let's do execute. If they A, we're just gonna do our best to trade and play X and X. So that's really important getting the map control. Once you have this, you can always kind of go up connector. If like the key thing you want in a default is on Mirage, you want to have one guy in connector area, he can hide here, and you want to have one guy ladder room, right? Then you have, let's say you have your Orber. His Orber is in it here. Now the decision making is coming to the in-game leader. We have this control. What information are we gathering in B? Is the second smoke used? That means there comes a second smoke here. That means 2 defensive B players, right? And that's something you have to address in the call. Like, okay, we execute on B. They're playing passive. That means we need a good B split with 2 guys B apps or 3 guys short, 4 guys short, so you can really refrag each other. Again, if they're pushing, like the C teams will never play like this. 3 guys A without the left mid to begin with, because they have one jungle holding window boost on here, right? So if you want to split A, this key smoke is good. Like smoke from here. You just call it jungle smoke. That's what normally you do. You can have your A lurk. If it wasn't palace, he can smoke from here. There's many places you can smoke jungle from. Between these 2 dots with view model, it's gonna get there. Or you can even do the easier one. You go in here, you aim to left of this chimney, whatever it is, and it's gonna bounce there and smoke. Or if your Orber even had an extra smoke, he can do it from here, where it just line up on the door, I think it is. All that you can even test yourself, but this smoke is key thing to split A, obviously, right? And you can smoke that from various places. So if you split up A, like I said, we have a B lurk, we had one guy ladder room, we had one guy con, and the Orber, right? Then you come 3 guys con, one of the B guys come underground, 3 guys con, this guy stays in ladder room, he's able to hold short, if you go up connector, right? Or you have your AWP staying here on short, holding the push CT, you have 2 guys pushing bench here, and then you get your apps to do some key flashes. So he's gonna shoulder peek out here. He says, okay, they're coming up now. I don't see anything. I'm gonna flash here, right? And also Molotov on the balcony, obviously. So these flashes are really good because you come up here as CT, as T. You're gonna aim at this duel and this duel, right? This duel is Molotov. So what is the last option they could be in? They pushed ramp because they played it good. They lost mid. They have no chance to aim at you, right? So they're looking like this. They're full blind. So this is a really good easy A split you can always play. And like I said, you can do B split instead, right? So your Orber is saving you smoke. He could smoke jungle for you guys. If you decide as an in-game leader, we need to B split. He does a right-click smoke. You split B with Orb. The guy who had a ladder room coming here. You're splitting B. 2 guys from B apps, 2 guys from short, and you still have the A lurk. Potentially he could also come with you guys. So yeah. So what I'm saying is, try to focus on information you get in mid. There's tons of ways of taking mid. Only your imagination, right? You can smoke window instead of top mid. You can smoke top mid and window. You can also run boost mid with a guy here. Run boost, always jumping out. You get mid control. You can go from underground, getting a late smoke window. You get a flash connector. You smoke top connector from here. You cross. You get connector control. So connector is the key thing. This is where you gain all your information, flyer. You need this area. If you do A and B execute, I can't help you understanding how your enemies is moving. Does that make sense how to play the default, or you have some extra questions here I can answer? Because I feel like the question is asking is how to understand it, how the enemies are moving. And the enemies, you get all the information you need from the smokes, the utility people are using. Let's say example, enemies are not smoking ramp, right? 90% of the times, who's sitting here? An Orber. Well, then you know there's no Orber window, meaning for A split, he is gonna kind of destroy your execute, right? So he's gonna, if you split connector, he will go here and fight you guys. But if you know there's an orb in jungle, so if you hit the right timing, you're smoking off, an orb cannot do anything here, right? A rifler can do something by jumping through the smoke and trying to kill. It's all about what information you gain. When is it good to take window from mid? The window smoke. The window smoke, you can do either from here. Aim at this antenna. Walk through, go test it yourself. How you're gonna learn it, that's an easy smoke. You can also always smoke from down here. I'll show when the smoke fades. Actually, I'll do like this. Cool feature we have. Then you can just aim here. It re-smokes, window good. You can smoke window from B apps. This one, let's see. I know a few smokes, boys. Yes, that's the one you can do. Then you can do from here. It has many options, right? So I don't want to go through all the window smokes. You can find it easy on YouTube, right? That's not what we hear. We hear about different stuff. If enemies is re-smoking up to 3 smokes kind of seats, isn't it a little bit risky to stay and wait on mid? So here, again, you're getting information third re-smoke, right? Well, when the third re-smoke is gone, here you have what I call the window smoke con thing, right? You want to smoke window first, right? Okay, now the re-smoke con. You can wait, or you can decide, well, I don't care about it. Just give me a flashing con, and you Molotov behind it, you know? If you Molotov behind the smoke and spam this corner, he cannot play in the one way. So different ways. It's only imagination of how would I play the scenario, right? So you have to think this way. Always think like that. Okay, I'm CT. I'm playing here. What would I do if this come? Well, how would I react if I was CT to this Molo, right? And I got flash in my face. Well, you can't really go back. You're gonna burn. And then you flash, and then you get connector, you know? Then you get on the window, and then you can sit in the smoke and get a smoke top con. So you don't always have to respect the one-way in connector. You can also, if you have a good AWPer, you can obviously have the AWPer double scope in here and search over the smoke, you know what I mean? Because yes, the guy has an advantage against rifle, but against an AWPer, it can be tough to kill the guy. I think that's gonna answer this question that you need to be able to have mid control to be able to gain the needed information he wants, because else you just do A, B, execute. What you can do is like, if they play a lot connector, you know the information from the earlier rounds, you just go back here. And you go back and you just do an A execute with smokes, right? Then you smoke bench and stairs. But at least you take mid control, you gained information from CT. But the CT would always keep re-smoking one way. They'll not just do it when they're happening something, right? They want to stay in connector, then they're gonna keep re-smoking. So you can wait it out. But you just have to do a faster decision if they keep re-smoking. Does that make sense?